Hello and welcome to this What's New session. My name is Rasmus Ulf Jensen and I will be taking you through the new features that is in B1 Usability Package 6.2. First up, we have a new manager for the Master Data Manager tools set that is called Document Data Manager. So what it does is, in similarity to the Business Partner Master Data Manager and the IT Master Data Manager that we have for some time, is we now also have something for documents. So essentially you can take all the different document types, you can filter them down by only the open one or only the closed ones, or all of them, find them all, and apply different changes to them, like posting date, due date, document date, all the different things you can actually change in the system depending on the document type. For reference, we have here what we can set, like the dates and the percentages and comments, summary type, the logistics data, the payment terms data, and the accounting in general. UDFs, of course, which is probably one of the most important parts, but also things like special, like close all the selected documents or cancel all the selected documents, and also updating the profit price. Similar to the Document Data Manager, we also have now an Employee Master Data Manager, where you can list all your employees and set different fields on them, like if they are active, job titles, positions, so on. So again, for reference, we have these fields, so we can set all the header data, the membership, teams, administration data like start date and termination dates, gender, marital status, financials, UDF of course, but also go in and select delete data, select employees. Moving on from Master Data Manager, we have some brand new tools as well in the B1 print and delivery features. We have especially 3 new report actions. So the first report action is a create activity. So you can actually now create activities as one of the delivery parts of it. So you can set up that it will both do an email and an activity behind the scenes. So you can set up all the different things you need for activities, like activity, the type, the subject, put in the contact person, some remarks content, who it's assigned to, and all the different fields like close, inactive, personal. And you can of course attach the PDF or whatever file you want to generate from the B1 print delivery to that activity, so you have it in your attachment folders, and you can even make a link to the document in the linked documents over here. Another new B1 print delivery is that you are able now to create internal messages, so you can actually set up that every time some action happens, that another person inside Business One will get a message in the message and alerts overview, and you can again link that document to it. So you can see over here I've sent this to the manager. You can set the priority, the description text of the subject, the message and the link, and I can have the link here, so I can go directly to the document, but also to the attached document up here. Finally, we have a very advanced new report action called Conditional Action. It's very much like what you see in B1 validation system, for those who know usability package already, where you actually make a SQL where you can use the dynamic syntax and use the different features in there in order to take what you have on your document level and check some fields and set in rules that decide what should actually happen. So for example, here I've made a little example where if the document value of an invoice is over 10,000, I will make an email where there's a gift URL in it for a free gift, and if it's below 10,000, you get a different kind of email. But it could also be that based on the user logged in right now, it should use one printer on another, or it could be a checkbox under the invoice itself, where you could set that if you want to have it sent by email or printed instead. In general, there's no limitations to this. If you can write a condition in SQL, you can run different actions based on that. So it really opens up for all the more advanced scenarios that people want to have. Another much asked for feature is that in exchange rates, after we got the server component, and most people now are setting the exchange rate via the server component instead of having the first user logging in during the day setting it, we can actually now set up that if you use the server component, you can set up that it should not even try to set it with a user login, and only server component can set it up. So that way you have much more control over when it's set up, and not just by some random person logging in. Finally, there's a few other smaller features, like for example, document data can now use last evaluated price and last purchase price in Business Partner default data. Toolbox have the option to set the documents flag on Chile localizations, and Universal Function now have the option to use campaigns in SQL vars and have golden arrows to them in that format. And finally, a little nice feature for those who have run very low resolutions. In the past, there were some problems when you put on function buttons onto very low resolution that you lose. You could not have the scroll bar at the same time as function buttons. We have now found a workaround to actually have that scroll bar as well, so you can run even very low resolution and still leverage the option of having function buttons. So these were the new features I wanted to share with you for version 6.2, and as always, this version is now ready for download at boyum-it.com/sbo. Thank you for attending.